Evan McPherson has this one teed up. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. They begin with a run by Davis. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. It's Davis on the counter, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Jackson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 3rd down, Davis. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They'll run with Davis, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Second and 2. ground. This is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. We're scoreless after 1. Mixon with a 1st down carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here we go. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually
Jackson hit and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. McPherson's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for him.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice.
There he goes, right side, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Davis. 77 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Burrow will throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. Touchdown! Jamar Chase as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more.
There he goes left side. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 75 yards. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Big 13.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A first down carry for Davis. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
52 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Inside give to Davis. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They go play action now. Jackson on the move to his left. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 10 more there and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run with Dobbins. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Up the middle to Davis. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Here's Davis. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now it's Burrow. His throw here is incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
And the Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On the ground with a tight end. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That one looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Steps away and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another run here with Dobbins. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing, Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing